D.
We about to leave. All right. Get in, little bro. Little bro, get in the van. Hey, move my bag so little bro.
Nah, bro, don't take my armrest this time, bro. And make sure your legs got some room. Y'all gonna win that.
So here's what we're doing wrong. Let's see. Give me the black defense. In any five, it don't matter. But we don't know who's starting the thing. Okay? All right. When we're in this thing, right? This is where the breakdown is occurring. We're having a breakdown between right here and right here. What usually happens is the breakdown's not right here. What they usually do is they'll throw a guy in. We'll have success for the first 5 or 10 or 20 minutes. Then what the coach is doing, he's calling a timeout and he's calling a play for them to signal somebody to go to the corner. All right? This guy, which we'll just say is Ian, if there is a guy in the corner, this is automatically a matchup now. That's what we're doing. Does that make sense? We're not coming up here and bumping if there's a guy in the corner. Does that make sense? If there's a guy in the corner, this is automatically you just have to get there. That's what we're saying. So it goes from being a black defense to a 2-3 if there's the ball in the corner. Does that make sense? So there can be no misconception. When they're hitting, most of the time they're hitting because they're wide open. Sometimes we are closing out and they're hitting, and that's okay if you're closing out and they're hitting because there's nothing you can do. But so we have to eliminate that. So if you're in Ian's spot, or Toledo, or I don't know where you play at sometimes, are you ever over here? Then you have, if this has to be a priority, if there's somebody in the corner, that's where the breakdown's occurring. Now, if you don't, then this should be an automatic trap right here, and then AB is sort of watching this, okay? You're just sort of watching this. Now, if you have a guy down here that's one-on-one, you can't leave him necessarily unless Toledo's got your back. But in all intents and purposes, if they're trapping here, there shouldn't be anybody there. But if anybody sneaks over, you've got to be here to discourage. But what does discourage mean? You're just making him think you're coming, but you're really watching your guy here. Does that make sense? Like when we don't play well on defense, when we have a breakdown, this is where it's from. Or it's either from transition. Last game, we were down by 10. We were as many as down by 4. And we have these little breakdowns. It's not even been in the middle. It's been like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't, when we have a breakdown, we can't break down. We have to get better. We have to get stronger. We have to be more precise. You know, as the game goes along, sometimes I'm more intense. You guys have to get intense as I get intense. So if you see me tense, that means you need to tense up and grab it and rush to it and take it and challenge. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. They're not going to want contact probably. They're going to want to shoot outside, okay? We want our black defense to dictate the entire game, all right? Fritz, we went over the defense before you got here to make sure the holes are fixed and passed, all right? This lineup may be a little different for today. I'll let you know if you're starting, but it's definitely going to be a little different than we've normally had. I think we need to come out here and run these guys into the ground. We may be kind of small, but we'll see. I'm going to look at it a little more, and then I'll let everybody know individually. You just got to play. Listen, there's nothing I need to tell you right now. You know, you've had good games, you've had bad games. Which team do you want to be today? I'm not worried about these guys. They got a lot of hot heads. I love hot heads. Hot heads aren't usually as good as they think they are. I love a hot head. You should love a hot head. They're going to try to do everything they can do, and then they'll beat themselves. So you just go out here and do what we do. Share the basketball, move the basketball. If we press, listen, we'll probably have a lot of success if we press today because we did last year. If we press, if we run the floor, taking good shots, knowing what the score is, knowing when's a good shot time for a three, when's a bad time for a three. And the most important sport, you gotta play 40 minutes. You can't play 20 minutes. We played 18 minutes last game. We're only down by 4. The last 2 minutes gave them a 10-point lead, and it ended up being a real bad situation. You have to play 40 minutes of effort basketball. Like the big guys I talked to earlier, Ian, who else was it? AB, you got to be ready to go because there's going to be lots of fouls. Like you guys are maybe rotating every damn 3 minutes. So, but at the same time, I don't want you giving them a layup because you're afraid to get fouled. So that's 5 times 4 is 20 fouls you got in between yourselves. You got to figure that out, and you got to be honest. They can't really shoot inside. Number 2 is who you got to stop. Number 2 is pretty good, and then they have a big kid. If you let him bully you, he'll be good. But if you stand your ground, you got to stand your ground. Anymore.
Hey, everybody start from inside out. They started forward. They don't have to
Derek's gonna be ready. You and Kobe, you're gonna be ready. All right, let's roll.
fucking go. All right, come on, y'all. Family on 30, 1, 2, 3. Family.
So with AB, I know you had a little trouble down there. Somebody has to be ready, bro. I'm at 5, right? Somebody has to collapse on him. They got to be able to
And don't slap with the ball, bro.
But you can't leave out because
Bro, even when you got your hands up, it's like
you can't I know. I'm talking about when he starts pounding down low, you have to get the still right.
And it can't be the corner guy. The corner guy's got to say, look,
not leave number 1
in the corners. Look, number 1 is who's beating us because he got lucky and hit 3 threes. That's who's beating us. I think if he can't dribble, I think if you'll pick him up at half court, just go ahead and pick him up early versus waiting on him. You be the dictator. I also think that if we do a man-to-man, 2 of our guards will pick him up full court, just 2 of them, that it'll bother. So just put a guy on the inbounder and then let him think we're going to pick up pressure. Then the inbounder just chase after.
And number 1 wants you to reach, so if you just stay disciplined and keep turning the game over.
Yeah, he's not good.
I'm waiting for him to do that front court.
And whenever you drive, bro, take a car. Why do you 20?
Listen, this game is hard. Listen, I'll tell you a secret. We've been down here every year at halftime by swinging to these guys, and we always fucking beat them. So we're going to beat them today. And I mean that. So you just got to box out and do that stuff. All right? Keep doing it.
Hey, defense on 30, 1, 2, 3.
Defense. That's different. Sometimes there'll be a breakthrough in the next 5 minutes. So the next 5 minutes is important. They're going to break down. They already are. It's just going to take a play or 2 to go our ways, another and 1. We had it the second deal, but we just didn't close the deal back down. On defense, we have to get a stop 4 possessions in a row. This is going to be the first of 4 possessions. We're getting stops. As soon as we get it, we're attacking and we're getting out in transition. Okay? If you're open for 3, drain that motherfucker. Hey, if you're open, drain
now.
But listen,
they're being more physical than they are calling you.
Yeah, don't matter. Keep going.
Yeah, just go strong.
Keep going.
To the paint.
Pay attention. Listen to me. You've got to line up just like this. All right, where's Brandon? All right, this is Toby, or Derek. Derek, you're gonna drive in. You're gonna clear out. All right, this is gonna be Prince. Prince is gonna slide. This is my, which guy is this? Cholito, you're gonna just pop up to the screen. You're gonna come over, so if you don't have that initial pass, you're clearing out. Then we have this 3-point shot, okay, which is a good shot.